Hi, thank you for stopping by this poster presentation. My name is Omar Carrasco from the University of Texas at Austin. Today, I will be presenting the Formate production from bicarbonate electroreduction. Formate production from electrochemical carbon dioxide reduction has the potential to contribute to CO2 removal and serve as a backbone chemical for different applications, such as carbon-bearing product from carbon sequestration or hydrogen carrier for energy generation. Formate is a conjugate base of formic acid, where a proton is not present, as shown in the picture. Typically, CO2 electrolyzers, which are the electrochemical reactors where CO2 is reduced, utilize CO2 gas excess to perform the conversion, which directly affects the overall cost of the process. Alternatively, CO2 gas can be converted into a liquid carbon-bearing feedstock, such as bicarbonate, while it's being captured. It is worth mentioning that this chemical capture process is also studied by our research group, but is not discussed in this work. Now, the electrochemical reduction of bicarbonate shows potential advantages over CO2 gas reduction, including economic and operational benefits, since it can reduce transportation and storage costs related to CO2 gas handling, improve the carbon content in aqueous media by 100 times, and lower energy conversion compared to CO2 gas for the same chemical product. Therefore, in this work, we studied the electrochemical bicarbonate reduction into formate using a specific thin oxide-based electrocatalyst, which was modified by bismuth doping. So the first part of the experimental section is related to the electrocatalyst preparation, where the hydrothermal method was used to synthesize the thin oxide material, as shown here in the picture. A solution containing thin ions was prepared and placed in a stainless steel reactor. Then it was treated at 150 Celsius for 12 hours to finally be calcined at 600 Celsius. In the same way, the bismuth doping was carried out using the same method and conditions with an additional bismuth ion salt. Once the electrocatalyst was prepared, it was deposited onto nickel foam utilizing Nafion solution and used as working electrode. Afterward, the bicarbonate electrolysis was performed in an H-type cell, as shown here in the picture. This H-type cell is composed of two compartments divided by a Nafion cationic membrane that will allow the diffusion of the protons. The left compartment is used for the water oxidation and the right compartment for the bicarbonate reduction using the prepared working electrode and potassium bicarbonate solution with no additional CO2 saturation. A constant potential was applied to the cell to reduce bicarbonate into formate, which was then quantified by proton NMR. So figure 1 shows the chemical composition of the prepared electrocatalyst by XRD characterization. As it can be observed, the thin oxide material was crystallized in a single phase with a tetragonal structure. This crystalline structure was retained after the bismuth incorporation at different concentrations. In particular, the calculated crystalline side decreased with the increasing bismuth concentration, which confirmed the doping effect of bismuth ions. Then, the electrochemical activity of this sample was evaluated by cyclic voltammetry, as shown in figure 2. The bismuth doped samples showed higher activity than very thin oxide. In particular, the sample with 10% of bismuth doping, which is also identified at S310 600 label, exhibited the highest current density during bicarbonate electrolysis, making it the most active sample, which is shown in red color. Therefore, it was used for the following experiments with the nickel foam. Figure 3 shows the bicarbonate electrolysis at specific reduction potentials. Overall, the bismuth doping sample with 10 weight percent bismuth doping achieved high current densities within the range of 100 and 200 milliamperes per centimeter squared. Nevertheless, the Formate production with the highest performance was obtained at minus 1.7 volts versus silver chloride electrode, shown here in the picture 4. Under these conditions, a production rate of 4.5 milligrams of Formate per liter was obtained with 25% Faraday efficiency. Finally, an additional evaluation with a higher bicarbonate concentration was carried out. The results, shown in figure 5, illustrate that increasing bicarbonate concentration up to 2 mol per liter led to a Faraday efficiency increase of 12%, which is favorable to Formate production and for the conversion of high concentrated carbon-bearing bicarbonate solutions from the CO2 capture process. As for the conclusion, we successfully performed the bicarbonate electrolysis into Formate utilizing the thin oxide electrocatalyst. The bismuth incorporation demonstrated an enhanced activity during the electrolysis to produce Formate with a Faraday efficiency of 25%. We look forward to studying the electrocatalyst surface characterization during the reduction reaction and integrating this electrochemical reduction with the CO2 capture as bicarbonate process. Thank you so much.